My wife said, "My ex is joining us for Christmas dinner. Be mature about it." I nodded. Of course. What she didn't know was that I invited her ex's fiancé too. The dinner table turned into a scene nobody in my family will ever forget. My ex is joining us for Christmas dinner. Be mature about it. My wife Sarah said this 3 weeks before Christmas, not asking, not requesting, telling me, informing me of a decision she'd already made. I looked up from my coffee. Sunday morning, kitchen table, sunlight streaming through the window. Normal, peaceful moment, suddenly not peaceful. Your ex, Marcus? Yes, he's going through a really hard time right now. Breakup, job stress, family issues. I want to support him as a friend, be there for him during the holidays. On Christmas? With my entire family? Our family, she corrected sharply. And yes, Christmas is about compassion and generosity. He has nowhere else to go. Be an adult about this, David. Something in her tone made my jaw clench. The way she said, be an adult, like I was a child, like I was being unreasonable for questioning why her ex-boyfriend would be at our family Christmas dinner. Marcus, her college boyfriend, the one from Penn State, the one she dated for 3 years, the one she stayed friends with after they broke up, the one whose texts made her smile in ways mine hadn't in months, the one whose name on her phone screen made her immediately pick up no matter what we were doing. Fine, I said calmly, voice even. If Marcus is coming to Christmas dinner, that's okay with me. She looked surprised, genuinely surprised, then relieved. Really? Thank you for understanding. I know it's a little unconventional, but it means a lot to me that you can be mature about this. I smiled, took a sip of coffee. Of course, it's Christmas, season of giving. The more the merrier, right? Exactly. She squeezed my hand across the table. You're amazing. Some husbands would throw a fit. I'm not some husbands. What Sarah didn't know, what she had no idea about, was that I had Marcus's fiance's phone number saved in my phone. I'd found it 2 months ago, late October. Sarah had left her laptop open on the kitchen counter, gone to take a shower, screen still glowing, Facebook Messenger open. I shouldn't have looked. I know that. But something made me glance over. Maybe intuition, maybe paranoia, maybe the fact that she'd been distant for weeks. Conversation with Marcus Chen, hundreds of messages, scrolled back for months, late night messages, I miss you messages, remember when we messages, heart emojis, inside jokes, memories of their relationship discussed in present tense like it had never really ended, and mentions of Jessica, his fiancée. Jessica doesn't understand me like you do. I wish things had worked out differently with us. Sometimes I think about what could have been, the woman he was supposedly committed to, engaged to, planning a wedding with, while texting my wife at midnight about missing her. I'd screenshot the conversation, sent it to myself, deleted the sent message from her chat, closed the laptop exactly how she'd left it. Then I'd found Jessica on Facebook, Jessica Martinez, engagement photos with Marcus from 6 months ago, smiling, happy, beautiful. I sent her a message, simple, direct. Hi Jessica, my name is David. I'm Sarah Chen's husband. I think we should talk about something important. Can I call you? She'd responded 2 hours later. Is this about the messages? My heart had sunk. She knew, or suspected. Yes, I found texts he'd deleted, recovered them from his iCloud backup. He said they were just old friends catching up, that it was innocent. He's coming to our Christmas dinner. Sarah invited him. She didn't mention you. Long pause. Read receipt showing she'd seen it. Typing, stopping, typing again. He told me he was having dinner with college friends. A group thing. He didn't mention it was at your house, with your wife, alone. Want to come too? Meet the family. See what just friends looks like in person? She didn't respond for 3 days. Then, what time should I arrive? Christmas Day arrived cold and clear. Perfect winter day. Snow from 2 days ago still on the ground. Sun shining. Postcard perfect. My parents arrived first. Mom with her famous green bean casserole. Dad with wine. Then my sister Laura with her 7-year-old son Tyler. Then Sarah's mom Carol, carrying pumpkin pie and wearing too much perfume as always. The house smelled like turkey and ham and all the sides Sarah had been cooking since 6 a.m. She was in full hostess mode. Hair perfect, makeup perfect, red dress, looking beautiful and stressed. The dining room table looked incredible. White tablecloth, china we only used twice a year, crystal glasses, candles, 14 place settings. She'd counted, made sure there was room for everyone, including Marcus. She kept checking her phone, glancing at the door, adjusting silverware that didn't need adjusting. Marcus is running a little late. Traffic, probably. No worries, I said, carving the turkey in the kitchen. We have plenty of time. No rush. My dad sat in the living room watching football with Tyler. My mom and sister helped set out food. Sarah's mom sipped wine and told stories nobody was listening to. Normal family Christmas, except for the bomb I was about to detonate. The doorbell rang at 2:47 p.m. Sarah practically jumped. That's him. She rushed to the door, smoothed her dress, fixed her hair, opened it with a bright smile. Marcus stood there in an expensive wool coat, charcoal gray, holding a bottle of wine that probably cost more than our weekly grocery budget. That smile he probably practiced in the mirror, the one he thought was charming, confident. "Sarah, Merry Christmas!" He hugged her, stepped inside, held the hug too long, his hand lingering on her lower back. She led him into the living room, introduced him around. "Everyone, this is Marcus, my friend from college." My dad stood up, shook his hand stiffly, expression neutral. My mom smiled politely, but her eyes were confused. My sister looked at me with raised eyebrows. Sarah's mom gushed about how handsome he was. "Marcus, you know David, of course." Sarah gestured to me. "David, good to see you, man." He extended his hand, confident, acting like this was normal, like he belonged here. I shook it, firm grip. "Marcus, thanks for coming. Thanks for having me. Sarah's told me so much about your family. Bet she has. Shall we sit down?" Sarah suggested, eager, nervous energy. "Actually," I said calmly, "we're waiting for one more person." Sarah frowned, confused. "What? Who? I thought everyone was here." "One more. Should be here any minute." "David, what are you talking about? Who did you—" The doorbell rang. Perfect timing. I walked past Sarah, past Marcus, opened the front door. Jessica stood there on the porch, blonde hair in soft waves, green dress, elegant, holding a homemade pie, apple, from the lattice crust, wearing an engagement ring that caught the afternoon light, diamond sparkling. "Jessica, so glad you could make it. Merry Christmas." Behind me, I heard Marcus choke on his wine, actual choking, coughing. Come in. It's cold out there." I stepped aside, let her enter, took the pie from her hands. She walked in, eyes immediately finding Marcus, standing frozen in the living room, wine glass in hand, face going pale. "Everyone," I announced cheerfully, "this is Jessica Martinez, Marcus's fiancée. Jessica, you obviously know Marcus, and this is my wife Sarah, the one Marcus has been texting at midnight. And this is my family. Mom, Dad, my sister Laura, my nephew Tyler, and Sarah's mom Carol. Everyone, Jessica." The room went dead silent. Football game still playing on TV. Tyler asking his mom something. My mom shushing him quietly. Sarah's face went white, then red, then white again. "What? Jessica," I continued warmly. "Thanks so much for coming. We're so happy to have you. Please make yourself comfortable." "David," Sarah started. "Jessica," Marcus said, voice strangled. He set down his wine glass, hands shaking. "Jessica, I can explain." "Explain what?" Jessica's voice was ice, cold, controlled, angry, but controlled. "That you told me you were having dinner with college friends, a big group from Penn State, that you've been texting another woman behind my back for months, that you're at her house on Christmas Day wearing the sweater I bought you. It's not, we're just friends." "Friends?" Jessica laughed, sharp, bitter. "I've read the messages, Marcus, the ones you thought you deleted. I recovered them. I miss you. I wish things were different. Jessica doesn't understand me like you do." "Those messages?" Sarah made a small sound, half gasp, half whimper. My sister was trying very hard not to smile. My mom's eyes were huge. My dad sat perfectly still, watching like this was better than any football game. "You know what?" Jessica said, still standing in the entryway. "I actually came here to confirm something. I've suspected for months, had a feeling something was off. Thank you, David, for the clarity, for the honesty, for actually respecting me enough to tell me the truth." She looked at Marcus, really looked at him. "We're done. Completely done. Don't call me. Don't text me. Lose my number. The ring is in my car. I'll mail it to your mother." She turned to Sarah, made eye contact. "And you can have him. Merry Christmas." She turned and walked out, down the porch steps, got in her car, drove away, just like that, gone. Marcus rounded on me, face red now, angry. "You had no fucking right. I had every right. This is my house, my family dinner, my wife that you've been texting inappropriate messages to at midnight while lying to your fiancé. My marriage you've been disrespecting." "Sarah," Marcus pleaded, turning to her, desperate now. "Tell him it's not what he thinks. We're just friends. Tell him." Sarah stood there frozen, humiliated, every eye in the room on her. Her mom, my parents, my sister, little Tyler asking Laura what was happening. "Get out," I said quietly. "Sarah." Marcus looked at her, begging. "Say something." She opened her mouth. Nothing came out. "I think you should go, Marcus," my dad said, voice quiet but firm, final. Marcus grabbed his coat from the rack, shot me a look of pure hatred. "You're a fucking asshole. Maybe, but I'm not the one texting someone else's wife while lying to my fiancé." He slammed the door on his way out. Car starting, tires squealing. The silence was deafening. Football game playing, clock ticking. Tyler whispering to Laura. Sarah's mom cleared her throat, trying to salvage something. "Well, that was, shall we say, grace?" Sarah looked at me across the room, tears starting, mascara beginning to run, face crumbling. How could I what? Invite his fiancé to a dinner where he was pretending to be single? Expose the fact that you've been having an emotional affair for months? Treat Jessica with the respect you and Marcus denied her. We weren't. I've read the messages, Sarah. Don't lie to me in front of my family. She burst into tears, ran upstairs, door slamming. We heard sobbing through the ceiling. Her mom stood. Sit down, Carol. I said. Not mean, just firm. She's an adult. She'll come down when she's ready. My mom touched my arm. David, honey. I'm fine, Mom, really. Let's eat. The food's getting cold. I sat down at the head of the table, started passing dishes, turkey, ham. Mashed potatoes, green beans, stuffing. My family slowly joined me, sitting, serving, quiet conversation starting. We ate Christmas dinner without Sarah, and it was actually pleasant. Tyler told jokes. My dad told stories. Laura caught me up on her new job. Mom complimented the turkey. An hour later, Sarah came downstairs, eyes red, face puffy. She stood in the doorway. Can we talk? Privately? We can talk right here, in front of family, no more secrets. I didn't cheat on you. Emotional affairs are still affairs, Sarah. I never touched him. You invited him to Christmas dinner, to my family's Christmas, behind his fiance's back, while telling me to be mature, while making me feel like I was the problem for being uncomfortable. She had no response to that. I raised my wine glass, looked at her across the table, smiled, not warm, not cruel, just satisfied. Merry Christmas, honey. Thanks for teaching me to be mature about things.